Let us continue salt analysis. In the salt analysis, we have to continue cobalt. So we will take aqueous solution of cobalt. We will take aqueous solution of cobalt. We will take CO2 plus aqueous solution. We will take to this aqueous solution of cobalt. We will add ether or amyl alcohol. We will add to this. We are adding ether. We are adding. Otherwise, amyl alcohol we will add. We will add amyl alcohol. Then we will add ammonium thiocyanate. Ammonium thiocyanate we will add. Ammonium thiocyanate solid we will add it. Then the contents are shaken very well. Then the contents are shaken very well and left for some time. Left for some time. Left for some time. Contents are shaken very well and left for some time. What happens means the solution gets 2 layers. The solution gets 2 layers now. Sorry. What are the 2 layers? What are the 2 layers solution gets? One is one we can say aqueous layer. One is aqueous layer. This another one is organic layer. Organic layer in the sense we can say ethereal layer, we can say, otherwise we can say alcoholic layer. Sorry, 2 layers we are getting. Here, what is the color of each? We will see. This CO2 plus aqueous is pink. Ether or alcohol colorless. Ether or alcohol colorless. Ammonium thiocyanate is colorless crystals. Colorless. Ammonium thiocyanate is colorless. Sorry, okay. Now, what is the reaction takes place here? Which reaction will take place? Okay. We have taken CO2 plus aqueous. We have taken. This CO2 plus aqueous takes this thiocyanate formula SCN minus. Ammonium is NH4 plus. So anion in this place is SCN minus, thiocyanate. This cobalt takes thiocyanate, SCN minus it takes and gives a complex. The complex formula is CO SCN 4 times 2 minus. Complex formula is this one. CO SCN 4 times 2 minus. So and so complex is formed. So and so complex is formed. This complex, in this complex, cobalt is having +2 oxidation number. We said already CO2 plus is stable in simple salts. CO3 plus is stable in complex salts. Okay, but here CO2 plus itself forms complex. CO2 plus itself forms complex, but stability will be different. That's all. Stability will be less. Okay. So here CO2 plus with SCN minus formed a complex COSCN 4 times 2 minus. This complex color is blue. This complex color is blue. This complex color is what means blue color. Okay. This complex color we said. This complex color is what means blue. This complex is soluble in organic layer than aqueous layer. It is soluble in organic layer. Therefore, this complex will be there in the organic layer. Therefore, organic layer will show what color do you say? Here color of the species we said CO2 plus is pink. Ether or amyl alcohol is colorless. NH4SCN is colorless. You are shaking the contents very well and leaving the system for sufficient time. Then you are getting 2 layers. One is aqueous layer, another one is organic layer. This CO2 plus combining with this SCN minus ammonium thiocyanate, SCN minus from ammonium thiocyanate, and gives a complex COSCN 4 times 2 minus. It is blue color. It is soluble in the organic layer to the large extent. So now say this organic layer will appear what color? Shall we say organic layer appears blue color? Organic layer appears blue color. This organic layer will be above the aqueous layer. Between aqueous layer and organic layer, a boundary will be there. Boundary. This organic layer will be above this aqueous layer. Okay, because of density. Density of organic layer is less when compared to this aqueous layer. So organic layer is being above when compared to aqueous layer. Between organic layer and aqueous layer, what is there? Boundary is there. It is a test for a CO2 plus. Okay. Next we will go for a Ni2 plus test. Next we will go for Ni2 plus test. For Ni2 plus test, first we will take anhydrous Ni2 plus will take. Anhydrous Ni2 plus will take. Anhydrous Ni2 plus is yellow in color. Anhydrous Na2 plus is yellow in color. To this, let us add water. We will get aqueous Na2 plus. We will get aqueous Na2 plus. Aqueous Na2 plus solution. This aqueous Na2 plus solution is having green color. This aqueous Na2 plus solution is having green color. Now we will take this aqueous Na2 plus solution for the test for Na2 plus. We will divide this solution into two parts. Okay, this solution is divided into two parts. To one part, what we will add? DMG we will add it. To the another part, we will add sodium hydroxide. Okay. To the first part, what we are adding? DMG. So what is DMG? That we will see. So DMG will write DMG we can write as in small letters we can write, or in capital letters we can write. In any manner we can write DMG. What is the abbreviation of DMG? DMG is called dimethyl. D indicates dimethyl. Dimethyl glyoxime. Dimethyl glyoxime. DMG is dimethyl glyoxime. So this D indicates di, M indicates methyl, G indicates glyoxime. So DMG is called dimethyl glyoxime. What is the formula of this? That we will see. Now we will take glyoxal. Now we will take glyoxal. We will take glyoxal formula is what is the formula of glyoxal? We will see CHO single bond CHO. It is glyoxal formula. So glyoxal formula is CHO single bond CHO. It is glyoxal formula. Now we will see what is oxime. What is the formula of oxime? Oxime means what? How to get it? For which? Let us take carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound means it may be aldehyde or ketone. So generally we will give carbonyl compound is like this. You can consider this carbonyl compound either as aldehyde or as ketone. Okay. So in the carbonyl compound C double bond O we will consider. We will treat this with hydroxyl amine. It is treated with hydroxyl amine. This OH is called hydroxyl part. This NH2 is called amine part. Therefore, this formula NH2OH is called hydroxyl amine. So we are taking this hydroxyl amine we have taken. Now these two undergoing a reaction. What is the reaction taking place? See, from this so and so will be removed. From this so and so is removed. What so and so is eliminating? What is eliminating? Water is eliminating. So what is the remaining here? Remaining is carbon double bond NOH. It is called oxime. This is called oxime. C double bond NOH is called oxime. C double bond NOH is called oxime, we can say. So oxime, how it is formed? Carbonyl compound reacts with hydroxyl amine. to give oxime. Oxime formula is C double bond NOH. C double bond NOH. So now we will treat this glyoxal with hydroxylamine. We will treat this glyoxal with hydroxylamine. So what we will get, that we will see. We are treating glyoxal. So we will take glyoxal. Glyoxal is H single bond C double bond O. Here single bond C single bond H double bond O. It is glyoxal. We will take hydroxylamine. Here NH2OH. Here NH2OH. Another NH2OH we will take here. Another NH2OH. So two hydroxylamines we considered. Two hydroxylamines we considered. Now carbonyl compound with hydroxylamine, what will happen? Water will be eliminating. Here one water molecule is eliminating. Here one water molecule is eliminating. Two water molecules eliminating. After the elimination of water, what will be there? HC double bond N OH. Here single bond C H double bond N OH. Okay. So this name is what? Glyoxal. Glyoxal. From the glyoxal, what we have to take? From the glyoxal, take this gly. Take this gly. Now we will write that gly here. And C double bond NOH is called oxime. So we will write oxime. So that we got glyoxime. Glyoxime. Now this H is there here. This H let us replace by methyl group. Similarly, let us replace this H by methyl group. Now what we will get? We will see. We will get CH3 single bond C double bond NOH. Here single bond C CH3 double bond NOH. Now here in this is called glyoxime. Here instead of hydrogens, two methyl groups are there. Therefore, it is called dimethyl glyoxime. It is called dimethyl glyoxime. We can say dimethyl glyoxime. Okay. Now this dimethyl glyoxime in ammonium hydroxide act as monobasic acid. This dimethyl glyoxime in ammonium hydroxide act as monobasic acid. So DMG acts as a monobasic acid. DMG acts as monobasic acid in ammonium hydroxide solution. In ammonium hydroxide solution, DMG acts as a monobasic acid. DMG acts as monobasic acid in ammonium hydroxide solution. That means DMG gives one H plus ion to ammonium hydroxide solution. Sir. In DMG, two OH groups are there. Out of two OH groups, one OH group gives H plus to ammonium hydroxide. Therefore, it is acting as monobasic acid. Okay. That reaction, let us see. That reaction, we will see. We will see that reaction. Okay. Now we will take a DMG. Will take DMG formula CH3C double bond N single bond OH. Here single bond C. Here one methyl group. Then double bond N single bond OH. It is reacting with ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide we will write it as OH minus NH4 plus. Ammonium hydroxide we have written like this. Ammonium hydroxide. Now from here water molecule is eliminating. From here water molecule is eliminating. Let us round off water molecule. We are rounding off water molecule. This water molecule is eliminating. While this bond is shifting to oxygen. Shifting to oxygen. This OH bond is shifting to oxygen. So that this becomes what we'll see. This becomes CH3 single bond C double bond N single bond O minus. Why O minus? Because this oxygen has gained this bond. This oxygen has gained this bond. Therefore O minus. Okay. Then Here we will write a single bond. Here CH3, single bond C, double bond N, single bond OH. This is anion. Anion in the sense, what is the name? Anion in the sense, what is the name? It is glyoxine. It is what? It is called a glyoximate. It is called a glyoximate. In this, two methyl groups are there. Therefore, we will say dimethyl glyoximate. Dimethyl glyoximate. How you are saying? For CH3COOH, you will say acetic acid, isn't it? You are saying acetic acid for this. For CH3COO minus, what you are saying? This acid you are taking acid and you are including 8, isn't it? Acetate. We will say acetate. CH3COH, we are saying acetic acid. CH3COO minus means what we will do? This acid we will take and we will include 8. Therefore, it is called acetate. Like this, it is called dimethyl glyoxime. It is called dimethyl glyoximate. Dimethyl glyoximate. Sorry, okay. We got an idea about dimethyl glyoximate. Okay. Now we will do this test. This we have considered in order to analyze nickel. So now we will take Na2 plus aqueous solution. Now we will take Na2 plus aqueous solution. To the Na2 plus aqueous solution, let us add this DMG. We will add it. This DMG we will add it. This DMG in where? This DMG in ammonium hydroxide. This DMG is in ammonium hydroxide. So we are adding this DMG in ammonium hydroxide to Ni2 plus. So what is the result? Before that, this Ni2 plus aqueous, what is the color of Ni2 plus aqueous? Ni2 plus aqueous is green. Ni2 plus aqueous is green. DMG in ammonium hydroxide, it is colorless. DMG is colorless. Now we will get what is the result? We are getting a bright rose red precipitate. Bright rose red precipitate we are getting. We are getting a bright rose red precipitate we are getting. We are getting a bright rose red precipitate. Bright rose red precipitate we are getting. Bright rose red precipitate we will get it. This bright rose red precipitate is a complex. This bright rose red precipitate is a complex. What is the formula of complex or what is the structure of complex? That we will see. Structure of complex we will see. In the structure of complex we will take Ni2 plus we will take. We are taking this Ni2 plus is the central metal. What is the ligand? Dimethyl glyoximate is the ligand. We will take that dimethyl glyoximate. In dimethyl glyoximate, O minus is there. O minus, single bond N, double bond C, here CH3, here single bond C, here CH3, here double bond, here N, here OH, here OH. Okay, it is one ligand. In the same way, we will take another ligand. Here we will take N, O minus will take here, O minus will be opposite. O minus is down means here O minus is up, like this we will take. Then here double bond, here carbon, here CH3. Over this carbon another bond, here carbon, here CH3, here double bond, N, single bond, O, single bond, H. Like this we have given. Next, we will give bonding, we will give it. We will give bonding, we will give. To which we are giving bonding? Means ligand is making bonding with Ni2 plus. Ligand is making bonding with Ni2 plus. That we will see. Now we will take this nitrogen. Nitrogen group number, you know it. Nitrogen group number, you know it. Nitrogen group number is 5. Okay. Therefore, this nitrogen valence shell is having 5 electrons. One electron is made a bond here. One electron is made a bond here. One electron made a bond here. Remaining 2 electrons for this nitrogen. So this nitrogen making dative bond. This nitrogen is making dative bond with this nickel. In the formation of this dative bond, this nitrogen is the donor, this nickel is the acceptor. So, now we will discuss this dative bond later. That dative bond later we'll discuss it. Okay, for O minus some difference will be there. For O minus case, some difference in bonding will be there. Therefore, this O minus we will discuss about O minus nitrogen we will discuss later. Now we will take this nitrogen. This nitrogen will take. It is having OH group. This nitrogen will take. This nitrogen comes under 50 group. So 1 electron for bonding here, second electron for bonding here, third electron for bonding here, fourth electron and fifth electron. It is making dative bond with Ni2 plus. Okay. Then we will take this nitrogen. It is 50th group. So this valence shell is having 5 electrons. 1 electron made a bond, second electron bonding, third electron bonding. So fourth and fifth electron, this fourth and fifth electron is a lone pair which makes a dative bond with the nickel like this. So that dative bond we are writing like this. Okay. So we have written a dative bond. Dative bond we have written. Sorry. Next we will see about this O minus case we will see. This O minus case we will see. Now let me remove this bond. That O n and O minus is there, no? That bond let me remove for some time. Now this nitrogen valence shell is having how many electrons? Means 5 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sir. Now this nitrogen is making a dative bond here. Dative bond here with what means with nickel. With nickel it makes a dative bond. Sorry. So that dative bond we will write. That dative bond we are writing. Sorry. So this nickel is making a nickel and the nitrogen dative bond will be there. That dative bond we will write here. Dative bond we have written. Next, this O minus. This oxygen is coming under 6A group. 6A group means this valence shell is having 6 electrons. This oxygen coming under 6A group. So this valence shell is having 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because of this negative charge, this is having additional electron, that is this additional electron. Sir. Now we will do it here. We will do one thing. Here, this dative bond, we will write it as normal covalent bond. When you write dative bond as normal covalent bond, we have to give formal charge. Sir. Now we will write this dative bond as normal covalent bond. So we will rub these 2 electrons. We will rub this dative bond. We have removed the dative bond and that 2 electrons. We will make a normal covalent bond here. We will make a normal covalent bond. So normal covalent bond we have drawn. We are drawing a normal covalent bond between Ni2 plus and nitrogen. So between Ni2 plus and nitrogen we are writing normal covalent bond. This normal covalent bond is we have written after dative bond. First dative bond. For the formation of dative bond, nitrogen contributed 2 electrons. Nickel contributed vacant orbital. that two electrons became now normal bond, so we will give formal charge. So this nickel has gained one electron, so we will give -1 for this. Nitrogen has lost one electron, so we will give +1 for this cell. So because of +2 and -1, now we will write this, we will make it as a +1, we will make it, we will make this as +1. Nitrogen is having +1. So what this oxygen does, this oxygen is donating this electron to nitrogen. This oxygen is donating this electron to nitrogen now. Sorry. So oxygen donating this electron to nitrogen cell. Oxygen has donated one electron to nitrogen. Okay. Therefore, nitrogen, this plus charge vanishes. Nitrogen plus charge vanishes. Nitrogen plus charge vanishes. Oxygen minus charge vanishes. Why? Why like this happened? Because oxygen has donated one electron, so minus charge of oxygen vanished, plus charge of nitrogen also vanished. Now nitrogen is having lone pair. Oxygen is having 6 electrons in its valency shell. Valency shell of oxygen is 2s2p, so 4 orbitals. Out of 4 orbitals, only 6 electrons are there, so oxygen can provide vacant orbital. Oxygen can provide vacant orbital in its valence shell. Therefore, nitrogen is contributing this lone pair to oxygen for making dative bond. So between nitrogen and oxygen, dative bond is produced. Okay, understand it? Between nitrogen and oxygen, what bond is there? Dative bond is there. Between nitrogen and oxygen, now dative bond is present. Sorry. So between nitrogen and oxygen, dative bond is present. So dative bond is present between nitrogen and oxygen. So now in this nickel, nickel is having +1 charge now. Okay. Now we will go for this. For this we will go. Now this nitrogen is making a dative bond with nickel. Dative bond with nickel. By contributing this lone pair, nickel is contributing vacant orbital. Now let us write this dative bond as normal covalent bond. This dative bond we are writing as normal covalent bond. Okay. Now we will write this dative bond as normal covalent bond. Okay. So now we are writing dative bond as normal covalent bond. Normal covalent bond. So nickel has gained one electron. So we will give formal charge. Formal charge -1 will give. Therefore total is 0. Total is how much? Means 0. For nitrogen, we have to give formal charge, that is +1 because of loss. Since here charge is 0, so we need not mention any charge over nickel. Since charge on nickel is 0, so we are not mentioning anything over nickel. Correct. Anything over nickel we are not mentioning. So now this is having +1 charge, this is having -1 charge. So this oxygen is contributing its electron to nitrogen. This oxygen contributing this electron to nitrogen. So this electron goes to nitrogen. That electron goes to nitrogen. So now we will remove this bond and this electron. So nitrogen is having now lone pair. Nitrogen is having lone pair. Okay, nitrogen is having lone pair. Nitrogen is having lone pair. Now nitrogen is having lone pair. That means nitrogen has gained one electron, so it will get -1. So +1 becomes 0. Oxygen has lost one electron, so oxygen will get +1. Therefore this -1 will become 0. Sorry. Therefore we will remove the negative charge on oxygen. We will remove the positive charge on nitrogen. Sorry. We removed the charges. Then what happens means, now this oxygen is neutral. This valence shell is having 6 electrons, so it can provide vacant orbital. So due to vacant orbital, nitrogen is contributing lone pair. Nitrogen contributes lone pair to this oxygen. Therefore, dative bond is possible between this nitrogen and oxygen. Okay. Now, we will remove even 2 plus of this nickel also. Why we have to remove even 2 plus of nickel? Think it. Okay, because 1 minus 1 from this nitrogen, minus 1 from this nitrogen. So we are removing nickel plus 2 charge we are removing. Here also that minus 1 we removed. So anyhow minus 1, minus 2, here plus 2, totally 0. Okay. Now here you see that this is a complex formed. In this complex, central metal is nickel. Central metal is nickel. Ligand is this DMG. DMG is the ligand. How many DMG is there? 2 DMG is there. It is one ligand. It is one DMG. It is another ligand. It is another DMG. So that this complex is having 2 DMG. That means 2 ligands. One ligand is this DMG. Another ligand is this DMG. Sir. Next, this part we will see. This is OH bond. This is OH bond. So this is polar. This is polar. It is high electronegative. It is low electronegative. So this bond is polar. It will get partial negative charge. It will get partial positive charge. So here above this hydrogen, partial positive charge is there. We will take this NO bond. NO bond we will take. Nitrogen low electronegative, oxygen high electronegative. Therefore, over oxygen partial negative charge will be there. So this high electronegative atom is having partial negative charge. This hydrogen is attached to high electronegative atom is having partial positive charge. Between this partial positive charge and partial negative charge, will there be any attraction? Think it. Between this hydrogen carrying partial positive charge, high electronegative atom, oxygen carrying partial negative charge, will there be any attraction? Will this plus attract this minus? Yes. This attraction is called, you are correct, hydrogen bonding. Sir, due to hydrogen bonding, this will become ring-like structure. Due to hydrogen bonding, this will become ring-like structure. In this ring, how many sides are there? We'll see. It is number 1, number 2, number 3. It is number 4. It is number 5. It is number 6. 6 sides means 6-membered ring is more stable. Therefore, due to hydrogen bonding, a 6-membered ring is formed. Therefore, this system is attaining still more stability. In the same way, between this oxygen and this hydrogen, we can give hydrogen bonding. Here also 6-membered ring. This complex is giving bright rose red precipitate. This complex is giving bright rose red precipitate. This complex we will write in a short form. That is a short form we will write. Nickel is the central metal. Ligand is DMG. You can write in small letters or capital letters. Close the bracket. DMG is 2 times. Okay. This is a neutral complex because net charge is 0. Now, what is the name of this neutral complex? What is the name of this NiDMG twice? We will see it. Now, first we have to say name of the ligand. Here, ligand is present how many times? 2 times present. Ligand is present 2 times. 2 times means we will say di, we will say. So, di we will say. Sorry. Next we will say DMG name. In the DMG, D is called dimethyl. D is called dimethyl. D is called di, M is called methyl, then G is called glyoxime. We have to say, since it is having anion, we have to say glyoximate. Now, this glyoximate is acting as a ligand. Therefore, we have to say glyoximato. This E is there, no? Remove this E. And instead of E, you write O. So that we can say glyoxymato. We have to say glyoxymato. Okay. Anion name what we said? Dimethyl glyoxymate. Ligand name what you have to say? Instead of E, you have to write O. So dimethyl glyoxymato. Then central metal name you can say as it is. Central metal name we can say nickel. Oxidation number of nickel is +2, so we are writing Roman letter 2. So this di indicates 2 times DMG. DMG name is dimethyl glyoxymato. Okay, it is anion. This DMG is anion. Anion name is dimethyl glyoxymate. When it acts as ligand, the last letter E is replaced by O, therefore dimethyl glyoxymato. Central metal name is nickel. Nickel. This valence shell, this nickel is having oxidation number +2. That too we have written. Now, this ligand is having the word called di. When the ligand itself as di, tri, tetra like this, then we should not use like this di, we should not use. This 2 we should not say as di. This 2 we should not say as di. Therefore, we have to remove this die. We have to remove this die. Okay. Why we have to remove this die? Because the ligand name is having the word called di. If ligand itself is having di, tri, tetra like this, then for saying 2, 3, 4, for 2 we should not say di. For 3 we should not say tri. For 4 we should not say tetra. When the ligand name is having di, tri, tetra in this way. So, ligand name is having di, therefore for 2 we should not say di. Instead of that we have to say bis. We have to say bis. Therefore, name of this complex is bis dimethyl glyoxymato nickel 2 is the name of this complex. This complex is a bright rose red precipitate. Bright rose red precipitate. Okay. So for nickel analysis. How we are doing this nickel analysis, that we will see. So you are taking this Ni2 plus aqueous solution. It is green colored solution. You are adding DMG in ammonium hydroxide. You are adding. You are getting bright rose red precipitate. This bright rose red precipitate is this complex. This complex is a bright rose red precipitate. Remember that in this bright rose red precipitate, central atom is nickel. On opposite sides, coordinate bonds you have to mention it. Dative bonds you have to mention it. Then in this opposite sides, normal covalent bonds you have to mention it. Which side normal covalent bonds? Which side nitrogen is having O minus? That side. Okay. Where nitrogen is having O minus, for that nitrogen and nickel you give normal covalent bond. Then that nitrogen and O minus you give dative bond and remove the minus charge of that O minus. Okay. So that the nitrogen which carries O minus, for that nitrogen and nickel normal bond you give it. That is opposite way you give it. The nitrogen which is having OH group, give dative bond with the nickel. Nitrogen is having OH group should be opposite to each other in the two ligands. In this ligand, nitrogen with OH down means in this ligand, nitrogen with OH group should be up.